All right, let's look at the homework 2.6, problem number 4. All right, so we have this function f of x given, and we want to find these limits. All right, so let's do that. All right, so as x goes to infinity, so so this is going to be equal to, so you have a limit as x approaches positive infinity, 2 over x minus 5 and minus 1 over natural log of x minus 5. Right, so we have that. Right, so this one's actually quite simple. Right, 2 divided by a really big number, so this guy is going to actually approach 0. Right, and 1 divided by natural log of really big number is still going to be a natural log 1 over big number, so we know that this is going to go to 0. So 0 minus 0 is obviously 0. So answer is going to be 0. So let's type it in. All right, so we have a 0. All right, let's do part B. All right, so x is going to 5 from the positive side. So you have, so this is a limit as x approaches 5 from the positive side of 2 over x minus 5 minus 1 over natural log of x minus 5. All right. Right, so where does do these guys go? Right, so you can see that as x goes to 5, so you're going to go to 5 minus 5, so denominator is going to 0. So we're going to do, so this is going to be 2 over 0, and then it's from the positive side, so 5 positive minus 5 is approaching 0 from the positive side, right? Which means that it's going to go to positive infinity, by minus, right? So you have a 1 over, right? So if you plug in here, so you have a natural log of 0, slightly positive from the positive side. So natural log function looks like this, right? So natural log function, so if you draw, say y equals natural log of x, and then the graph is going to look kind of like this, right? So as x approaches 0, looks like a natural log function goes to negative infinity, right? So this is going to be negative infinity, right? So we're going to put, so this is going to be a negative infinity, right? So which means that so this is going to approach 0, right? And this is going to approach positive infinity, right? So we have positive infinity minus 0 is going to be a positive infinity, right? So we put that in there, right? So that's part B. So positive infinity, right? So we got that. How about 6 from the left-hand side, right? So 6 from the left-hand side, so we're going to do a limit as x approaches 6 from the left-hand side. Oops, sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, so you have a 2 over x minus 5 minus 1 over natural log of x minus 5. Right, so this is going to go to, right, if you put 6, so you have a 2 over 6 minus 5, a 2 over 1, so that's going to be 2, minus 1 over, right, if you put the 6 from the negative side, so natural log of 6 minus 1, natural log of 1 is 0, but since you're approaching from the negative side, so it's approaching 0 from the negative side, right, so it's at 0 negative, right? So which means that here, this guy is going to go to negative infinity, but there's a negative sign in front, so that's going to be a positive infinity. So 2 plus infinity is going to be a positive infinity. All right, so we have positive infinity, so let's type it in. right? So you have positive infinity, right? Actually, I messed that up. Infinity, right? All right, how about if you're approaching from the positive side, right? So this is going to be exactly the same thing, except that the x is approaching 6 from the positive side. All right, so what's the difference? All right, so the difference, there's no difference for the first one. So it's a 2 over 6 minus 5 is going to be just 2, right? And a minus 1 over, right? If you're approaching natural log of 1 from the positive side, you're approaching 0 from the positive side, right? So you have 2 minus positive infinity, so it's a negative infinity. All right, so let's type it in. All right, we have negative infinity, right? All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got part A correctly, right? So using these to find the correct picture, right? So looks like, so we have, we know that the function is only defined, x is greater than 5 because natural log can take a negative value. All right, so it's a negative, let's see, a positive 5. So it looks like, well, everyone has a graph starting from 5. So that doesn't give us anything. All right, let's look at the limit as x approaches infinity is 0. So let's see if which one satisfies that. All right, looks like here, as x approaches infinity, it doesn't go to 0. So we can eliminate the first picture. For the same reason, looks like this limit looks like it doesn't go to 0, so we can eliminate the second one too. And then, so this is going to be either third one or fourth one. So between these two, what else do we know? We know that x approaches 5, it's from the positive side, it's going to positive infinity. So this will probably, right, approaching 5 from the positive side, it goes to positive infinity. This one goes to negative infinity. So here, 5 is going to positive infinity. So this is the correct picture. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got the correct picture. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.